2 challenges remain in Paris, and the next one we are going to be going up against is Ian. However, Ian, aside from him being an Australian, we will not be claiming one car from him. Well, not one vehicle from him more specifically, but we'll be claiming 2 vehicles, because Ian also has a motorcycle. And yes, I can confirm that we will of course be riding that motorcycle at some point in the next segment, so I'm gonna go after Ian just because, well, I want to try and do this in ascending order.
Hey there, Jockey, it's Gina again. Remember to save your nitrous until you really need them. They sure do come in handy when you need to make a really long jump. Otherwise, you may come up short, and that's no good.
Gina, I think I have probably known that since the start of the game. Anyways, yeah. So glad to know that I do have a can of Warpass. Anyway, here's Ian. And he's driving a car called the Frippen X, but I'm pretty sure it's meant to be the Frippen 10 because, well, I think the Roman numerals represent numbers. So, Ian is driving a car called the Frippen 10, and he will also be riding a motorcycle which is called the Monsoni, I think, or the Monsoni. Where's he going? Okay, he's going the other way all of a sudden. I don't think he's going to lose me. He's also not going very fast. I have no idea where he's going at the moment. Oh, he's going over here. I take that back. Okay, so doing pretty well so far, as we're now in the sewers, and suddenly out of the sewers again. And sticking behind Ian because, well, I follow him for obvious reasons. And I've actually made some pretty good progress today, because I've already done 4 races. Well, I've basically done almost all the races in Paris now. There's just 2 left. There's Ian, and then there's Farid. Anyways, let's move on to the cutscene.
Some yank think he can race. Right bloody laugh this is going to be. Alright mate, you ready to let go of the anchors?
Australia's capital, by the way, is very confusing to announce.
Crikey, that car makes me want to go chunkers.
But I think the capital city of Australia is called Andorras. At least I think it is. It's pretty confusing, considering Australia does have a ton of well-known cities.
Oh, your car is horrible. Fair income, you must want to have a barney with me, mate. through them all yet, mate? That's a cheap one, mate. Hope you landed. I'll tear right through your car, mate. That's wonky. Those people didn't do anything wrong to you. That's a cheap one, mate. Hope you landed. You won, mate, and you beat a lot of other good drivers doing it.
I actually made it. Even though I used up both my boost tanks a split second too soon, I somehow managed to develop enough speed to BT into the line. Andrew was third, then it was Damien ahead of Jaime, Tracy finishes sixth, and it was Omid who finished in last. Okay, anyway. You know what, let's get a replay. Just because I figure it's necessary for me to get this out of the way. I'm also pretty sure this will be the only shot you get of me doing a burnout in this thing. But still, I gotta say, that race was a real whore. If there's any simple word I can use to describe this race, it was a real whore. Not only for me to win, but to finish as well because of all the traffic and objects in between. I really do hope these next two races don't take anywhere near as long as this one did. Because, well, I do have places to be once I'm done here. And I really don't want this to wind up being more than an hour. Because if that does become the case, then, well, I'm basically fucked. Well, at least I can say I managed to make the jump that time. I just figured if I was concentrating long enough, I might actually get it, and sure enough, at the end of the day, I did get it. Mercifully. But I still had to make sure I was avoiding as much of the chaos as I could, whilst also being quick. And as you can imagine, that's never an easy feat. And in all honesty, the effects of this race were pretty virulent. Because they were definitely not treating me as well as I would have wanted them to. Okay, anyway. I think that should do it for the replay. Didn't quite get the finish, but I don't care because, well, I've got all the evidence I need.
This bloke with that race in the bag. No worries. He doesn't have enough for the next one. Go on, mate. Give it heaps.
I should also mention this is going to be a bit of a pain because we're racing against motorcycles.
You gotta be a couple of stubbies short of a six-pack to jump a hill like that on a bike, mate.
And those motorbikes, by the way, did just get a head start, as you have seen there. Well, not going to be TM this time around, but if I can at least place in the top 3, then That's good enough for a start. Okay, I'll take second for a first attempt. As long as it doesn't take much longer than this.
Those are my best mates on the bikes. I reckon they've gone bonkers to be cooking up crazy stunts like that.
Ian, I'd honestly say you're just as bonkers as those guys. Okay, so this shortcut is essential. It's imperative I take that shortcut. Because if I don't, then well, my shots of winning are very minuscule. And at least I can say Ian's not doing much better than I am this time around. I just wish there wasn't so much traffic to just constantly destroy us that way. Okay, anyways.
How do you rate my driving, son?
Not doing too badly at the moment, especially since I'm now running up front with the bikers, which amazes me. But anyway. So, just making sure that I at least give myself some reasonable pace.
You Drongo, I'll get the screw on you, lady.
I really do hope that doesn't happen again. Otherwise, if it does, then well, I'm basically fucked on the jump. Okay, no traffic this time. Of course, you've really got to watch out for traffic when you take that jump.
Take it again, mate. This is the right way to fly.
And it looks as though I'm going to lose again, but this time to all the bikers in front of me.
My car is too much of a beauty. He's taking
For
this
fuck's
kind of damage.
sake. Can someone please just let me run my race without it just being a ton of traffic that's immediately going to just slaughter me from start to finish?
You could drive.
Ian, you know I'm ahead of you, so you have no rights to trash talk in that way. And even you should know
No
it.
worries, mate. I'll get another.
I'm so glad Ian is not running up front at the moment, because that does actually give me a potential shot at the win
You think this is a crock?
this time around, which I think is a good thing. And just holding on to my spot at this stage. And making sure that I use my nitrous, and there we go.
Galloping out there today, mate.
I won on my second attempt. And as a result, I have now got Ian's car, the Frippen X. Or Frippen 10, I should say. Omid was second, followed by Andrew, Ian fourth, Tracy finishes fifth, and it was Jaime who finished in last. Okay. Well, let's continue.
The furphy on this bloke seems true blue. Time to change over to the motorcycle. Have the car, it's crap. But I'm a dead cert off the bike, mate.
I'm sure you are, mate. Hopefully now that I'm
There you go.
in the
You ready to cop an
Frippen,
absolute
maybe this will be just a little bit easier.
Come on, you pig's ass. Get these checkpoints in order. The arrow can help if you're too bodgy to figure it out. Look on, mate. I'm a fair income pro.
Everything was going so well,
In the end, I will be the
and then right at the very end, I just completely lost my brains because I had to clip an outside wall, which basically made me miss the finish line by inches. And yes, it was literally inches. It should have been a win the way I saw it, but instead, it just became another fuck up I immediately want to forget. Although I'm probably not going to until I've actually proven I can win this race. I should also mention I've been recording now for less than an hour, because that is just how brutalizing I think it's become at this stage. Well, at least I can say the bikers make a bit more mistakes on the freeway than they do. At least I can say the bikers make a lot more mistakes on the freeway than they do on the roads themselves. I should also mention, it is not very easy to avoid those gas tanks. In other words, those petrol tanks are pretty difficult to avoid at speed. Especially if you're going through there at over 150. Anyways. Well, at least I can say knocking them over is the one advantage I do get. I think Ian is out of this race now. Well, at least I can say that's one pawn on the chessboard I don't have to worry about. Okay. Okay, come on. Okay, use my boost as well. Okay, got it this time. And that only took me 52 minutes of recording for me to officially get all of those races. And I'm going to assume Ian is out of this race because, well, I'm pretty sure he did fall into the river. So I'm pretty sure he DNF'd. Because he's not showing up on the leaderboard. Okay, anyway. Let's continue with the Monsoni.
I'm pulling the stumps on racing for a bit, I reckon. Time to focus on finding a nice Sheila. No whacking furries, mate. Enjoy the vehicles.
Thank you, Ian. Hopefully I will. Alrighty then. So this is the car that we now unlock. This is the vehicle that we now get from beating Ian a second time. It is called the Monsoni. It is officially a bike, as you can see. And the bike this is based off of is a Ducati 748. And the Kohiti, which is the other bike we've unlocked so far, that is based off of a Honda CBR 929RR. Anyways. In spite of that taking as long as it did, we are now almost halfway there with this game. As we are now 47% complete with this game. And next time, we will be going up against Farad. Coming in the next episode.